Hey guys, it's Ornlu, and what is this, another AoE 2 video? It's like, what, 2 in 1 month? So exciting. Don't worry, we're almost done with AoE 3. But the 2v2 World Cup is coming up, and that is the next S tier event after KOTD 3. At least, like, big, big tournament. $30,000 prize pool, hosted by T90 and Nacho, and sponsored by Microsoft and T90, there we go. And yeah, $30,000 tournament. It is 2v2, naturally. And it will have 32 teams competing here. Group stage, and then... Wait, what? Oh, no. Yeah, they're just the one group stage, and then it's 16, team bracket playoffs. So the way this works out... Oh, also, because people seem to really like the last one I did for KOTD, this is going to be like an overview of all the teams and stuff. And what I generally think is going to be interesting, what we're going to be seeing, that sort of thing. So the way it works out is you have players that sign up with 2 to 3 teams. Here we have Norway A, of course, MBL and Viper. And their average rating is calculated, and then they're seeded, and then they have that whole formula for sorting out all of the groups. But you do see that some countries, like, say, Canada, have multiple teams, but you cannot have more than 2 teams play in the main event. Like, China's definitely going to have 2 teams, Brazil's going to have 2 teams. But this is done just to make sure that we don't have, 6 Chinese teams, 4 Brazilian teams, that sort of thing. So we actually do get a decent representation of all the countries, which I think is fair, but worry not, because there is going to be a Silver League that doesn't have a Wikipedia page just yet, but actually yours truly will be competing in USA 4 with T West. So yeah, that should be a lot of fun, and I will definitely be streaming those and probably uploading those to YouTube. I believe they're all best of 5s. Yeah, all are best of 5s in group stage. And the maps are Arabia, Arena, Chaos Pit, Golden Pit, Ghost Lake, Nomad, Scandi, Team Acropolis, Team Islands, and Valley. So you have a nice variety of maps there. You have your 2 big classics, Arabia and Arena. Team Islands is your water map, Nomad in there as well. And then Chaos Pit is crazy. And then Golden Pit, Ghost Lake, and Valley are all more or less, and Team Acropolis, I guess, as well, are all more or less standard open-ish maps to varying degrees. And then Scandinavia is going to be your token hybrid map. So, pretty good set of maps. You also have, I don't know if it says it anywhere, but the Civ settings are, you have just a draft. So, each team picks all the civs they need plus 1, and they each ban 1 civ. And that seems to be a very popular format these days, and I certainly have no problem with it. So without further ado, let's get into this. I have not really checked out these groups, and I wanted to do that live, sort of, with you guys. But anyway, Group A is going to have Czech Republic B, Norway A, USA A, and Vietnam B. Oh yeah, so the teams that are like A and B, that doesn't mean anything. It's just the order in which the teams signed up, I'm, pretty sure. It was a little confusing. Actually, no, I think that's not the case. No. Okay, sorry. It was this really confusing system where it was oh, we were USA 4 just because we were the 4th team signed up. I believe the USA A now was USA 5 because they were the 5th team to sign up. But I'm pretty sure once all of this has been sorted out, the A team is the top-rated team and the B team is the second-rated team. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, let's check out this group. Czech Republic B. If this is in alphabetical order, I will be happy this is not in alphabetical order. So Draken and Yezres. Norway. America. And Vietnam. B. That's China. Vietnam B. That's also to be decided. Okay, so we're going to have to do some some figuring out here. But I'm sure not going to edit this out of it. Oh, okay. So we actually have the matches that are going to be played. So at least this will help us out for the time being. Actually, let's... Oh, crap. It's at 7 a.m., guys. Should I do it? Should I do it? Should I do it? This is like, that's when this video is going to go live at 7 a.m. We're going to do it. Don't you just love live recording of YouTube videos that have no need to be recorded live? Anyway. So, Czech Republic beat Draken Yezris. I don't think they really have much of a chance. I don't know who Yezris is. Draken's a solid player, but I think they're a little bit outclassed. Viper and MBL should have no problem. Whoever wins in this matchup, which would be Bad Boy Song Song versus Say My Name Soul, I'd probably prefer Bad Boy Song Song a little bit, and they might have some killer Nomad games. Like, part of me wants to cast this tomorrow just because we will probably end up seeing Bad Boy plus Song Song on Nomad, which would be great. But yeah, I think it's going to be between them and USAA, which is consisting of my countrymen, T90, Daniel, and Scotty. I know all three of these guys pretty well. I know T90 really well, obviously. He's another caster. And obviously, I'm going to have a soft spot for them, as we are that's our only US team that made it into Gold League. But honestly, I think that I would favor... I think it's actually going to be really close between USA A and Vietnam B, whoever that is. I might favor my American brethren for that hashtag American bias, but yeah, that could be really close. But other than that, I think it's a pretty clear-cut Norway A and whoever, and the Czech guys are out. And we're just going to hide these so that I don't get too confused, because this is going to be very long. We're already 7 minutes in. Great. Anyway, Group B is Czech Republic A, Germany B, Poland A, and Vietnam A. So Czech Republic A, Germany B, and then Poland and Vietnam A. Poland A, Vietnam A. Ah, that is also TBD. Well, I thought Vietnam A was backed and ACCM. Is that incorrect thinking? Here we are. 2v2 World Cup 2020. I know this is like smaller for you, but you don't worry. This isn't too important. Just final seeding. Here we are. Oh, Vietnam A does not say anything. Oh, wait, is it so that... No, that's deciding who goes to them. This is really confusing. I assume Backed and ACCM are in here, and I assume that they're going to be Vietnam A. We're just going to go with that. And if I'm wrong, you know what? This is too confusing. So, and then Poland A, Czech. Okay, so Czech Republic A is Ovenka and Skull, definitely two old school solid players. Germany B is Running and Skogo, two more up and coming players. Running kind of does everything, and Skogo is more of an arena clown, but he did get second place in the Masters of the Circus Cup. So yeah, definitely solid up and coming player. Poland is Barles and Jack, two solid players as well. And this one, I think, has a lot less, unless, like, assuming that the Vietnam A is going to be backed in ACCM, which would make sense to me, they would be the clear favorites in the group, but I think that the rest of the teams have a pretty solid shot. I think it's actually fairly even between these. Barles, Jack, Running Skogo, Ovenka, Skull. I might slightly disfavor Germany B a little bit, but I think especially between Poland and Czech Republic, it could be very close. I think that Barles is probably the strongest player overall. He's the only one with his own page here. But I think the like Ovenka and Skull and like some of the other Czech guys have been playing for such a long time together that their synergy is going to be really, really good. So I might even favor them a little bit over Poland A to be the second place advancers. But yeah, it should be really close, and there are actually going to be some really good matches already. Like I said, a lot less star power than like Group A, but still very interesting. Both Canadian teams are actually in Group C. Italia and Russia, who doesn't get a letter. Poor Russia. It's just Russia. Anyway, Canada A and Canada. What order is this? Like, why aren't the Canadian teams next to each other? Or maybe this is like the over. Oh, this is probably the overall seating. Oh, okay. I guess it's not super clear. And then we have Italy A, and then Russia. Just Russia. Okay, so Canada A is Chris, Hera, and Slam. Now that is a star-studded Canadian team if I've ever seen one. Yeah, I don't care whoever else is here. They're going to be the favorites. They would be seed number 3, which is obviously pretty crazy. Good. Russia is Vinch and Dark. Italy A is Vodka, Rise, and Kamigawa. And Canada B is Luca, Obadiah, and Barneys. These are some solid, like, up-and-coming-ish players, but I don't think they have the depth needed, and I just don't think they have the overall skill to match up with the other ones. I think that it could be close between Italy and Russia. I mean, I know all 3 of these guys from Italy, and they're all, like, pretty solid players. I mean, like, so are the Canadian B players, but I think... Wait, the opening match should be... Yeah. Oh, it's actually the 2 Canadian teams against each other. Oh, I guess it is top versus lowest. So whoever can, like, avoid facing Canada A here probably has a better shot. So, like, it might be one of those situations where it's, like, probably, like, better to, like, lose the first match and then win in the rematch. Because, yeah, the Canada A is going to smack everybody. But, yeah, I think I'd favor the Russian team a little bit over the Italians. But, again, seeing a trend of it being, like, a clear favorite, a clear unfavorite, and then a really close fight for the middle. Which is pretty normal stuff for GSL groups. Brazil B, Finland A, India A, and Taiwan A. Not Chinese Taipei. Not a Blizzard event, then. Kappa. Brazil, Finland, India, and Taiwan. India, Taiwan, Brazil B, Finland, Suomi. All right, Finland, the Max and Vlesa. Yeah, they're going to beat everybody. Cloud, Sora, and Demon. Definitely a bunch of solid Taiwanese players. I mean, I'd put them in the same sort of middle group of the seedings. Brazil B is to be decided. And India A is Dragonstar, Avastan, and Stackers. I only know Dragonstar. I would favor the Taiwanese team over them for sure. But let's see if we can find out who on earth Brazil B is. Maybe it will tell us here. Of course it doesn't. Maybe if I go to the signups, I can just sort of guesstimate. Initial seeding, maybe? Oh, that doesn't help us very much. Maybe we can just check the signups. Okay, so Brazil, those guys are probably not there. Okay, Dogao, Miguel, Fiage, Fire, Riot, Goku. Alive and Gabby, Stark, and Runin. Yeah, I mean, it's Dogao, Miguel, and Fiage, and then Fire, Riot, Goku. I mean, that's like the classic Brazil B versus Brazil A matchup right here. I don't know which is going to be which seed, which is probably why it's not determined yet. But I would say that this honestly is probably going to be one of the less interesting groups because whichever one of Dogao Miguel Fiage and Fiery at Goku is, whichever one is going to end up in Group D, is probably going to end up losing to Finland A, although if it is like Brazil B versus Finland A, that would be a Nations Cup 2017 rematch, which would be fun. But yeah, other than that, probably not anything super exciting, as India and Taiwan will probably end up falling. So, okay, Argentina, Chile, B, Germany, and Netherlands. Okay, Argentina, A. Netherlands, Chile, and what was the other one? Germany. All right, so we've got Nikov and Kapoch for Argentina A. Super strong. Jordan and Nilly for Germany A. Pretty memey. Nah, they're decent. They're decent. AJ Praise and Dark Noob. Oh man, Dark Noob is like the great anchor of the Netherlands, sinking them even further below sea level. Kappa. And Chile B is Wise P and Narrow Melnick. I don't know who this is. I know Wise P. Yeah, not too sure. To me, this is honestly, it might be a little bit of a decent fight between Netherlands A and Germany. No, it's not. Nilly and Jordan, and then Nikov and Kapacha especially should have no problems here. And they should take their group, I think, fairly comfortably. Chile, China A, France A, and Ukraine, who also doesn't get a letter. I guess maybe you only get a letter if you have two teams? But no, USA has... Oh, maybe because we also have teams in Silver League? I don't know. Clearly, I am not a very smart person who figures out all these things before he hits the record button. China, France, and Ukraine. China, France, and Ukraine, and now, crap, I forgot the fourth one. Oh, Chile A. I'm glad you guys really made a great choice when it came to high production quality. China A, Yolix, they'll kill everybody. Sito Baborum for France A. White Court and Noisik for Chile A. Those are both solid, 2K plus players. And then Classic Pro and Warrior for Ukraine. Honestly, this is just China A gonna clap whoever, and then everyone else fighting for the scraps. Honestly, this could be pretty interesting. I think Ukraine is going to be going up against China A first, because that's what logic would say. Yeah, so they're probably going to be in a really bad spot because they're just going to have to have played Lix and Yo right away. So I probably wouldn't favor them to make it out, and they're probably the weakest team overall as well. But I think it could actually be fairly close between White Court, Noisik, and Sito Babarum. But I would favor the Frenchies for sure. Although it could be a pretty decent game against the Chileans. Almost there, guys. Group G, Brazil A, Denmark, Finland, and Turkey. Finland. Brazil A. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Brazil A is Dogao Miguel Fiage. Huh. And Finland B is to be determined. Uh-oh, Ornlu. Okay, so that means that Brazil B is Fire, Riot, and Goku, which is going to be kind of confusing because it was the opposite for Nations Cup, but I'm sure we'll get used to it. Or at least it should be. Maybe they have to fight with the other Brazilians, but probably it's going to be Fire, Riot, and Goku. But yeah, that doesn't matter for that group. I predicted them to advance. So Dogao Miguel Fiage, and then what was the other one? That was confusing. Oh yeah, Finland B. How many Finnish teams are there? There's 4. Okay, so the Max and Valessa are the Finland A, and then it's probably Ruben, Zupi, or I suppose Valas, Amalius, and Juppe. Even if they have to fight it out, Ruben and Zupi should be Finland B, I think, No problem, even if they have to play against Valis, Amalius, and Yup. I think that should be pretty clear-cut. So, Ruben and Zupi, Dogao Miguel Fiage, and am I missing somebody? I think I'm missing somebody. Denmark. How could I forget the Danes? Konga and Bob Destructor and Dobbs. Dobbs gets his own page. That's funny. Yeah, this is not going to be a good group. All that thinking for nothing. Finland B and Brazil A are going to clap. And our final group, Argentina B, China B, Spain A, and UK A. Argentina B, UK A, and then China B, and what was the other one? Argentina B. Wait, no. Crap. Spain! That should just be Lan and Tato. And indeed it is. So Tato, Lan, and then the second of... Oh yeah, it's probably... I remember. So Tim and CL, and then Vivi and Jibitong is probably super close for China B. And it is kind of unfortunate. I mean, China's so big and has so many like super strong players. So it's unfortunate that one of these teams is going to be relegated to Silver League, but I would honestly favor either of these two teams to like take all of Silver League. But we'll have to see on that. But whoever it is probably going to advance with Spain. Yeah. Hallis might try and carry the Brits, and FedEx and Monoz is certainly not, they're not bad players, but yeah, this is not gonna be close, guys. So the way I see it, now that we've done like who's going to advance and who's not, I mean, I can't predict anything from the round of 16 on. That's going to be a little too much to bite off for one video. Who would we favor overall for the tournament? So I think we have to look at probably the top 10 teams, I would say. So Norway is going to be super sick. Canada, Finland, Argentina, China, Dogao Miguel Fiage, Tato, Lan, China B. Maybe a little bit less so, maybe like especially like top 8. I think honestly any of these 8 teams are super strong contenders, but if I had to pick, I would go with a top 4, let's say, of Norway, Finland, China, and oh boy, I'm between Vietnam and Brazil. But like, I mean, Spain and Argentina could definitely come in as well. Like, this is real. Like, these 8 teams are all really, really sick. So the thing is, Norway has the 2 highest individual skill players, with both MBL and Viper easily being in top 10. Viper obviously top 5 at a minimum, and MBL is definitely at least top 10. So like they have probably the highest average skill level for like 1v1, but they don't like play together for team games all the time, so there's hashtag synergy might not be there. Yo and Lix, like Yo's obviously a top 5 player, Lix a very dangerous player, but definitely someone who shines a lot more in team games, which this is to some extent. But they have amazing synergy. Same with Max and Valessa, who are also both really high up there in terms of 1v1 skill. Yeah. Oh yeah, Chris Hera Slam. Like Chris Hera Slam, like these guys are all like good players, especially Hera, obviously. But I don't really see them like playing together a whole lot. But that said, they certainly, I'm sure, will take this very seriously. And like if they can get the synergy going, like they should also be top 4. Oh yeah. Oh wait, I think I forgot to mention them earlier. Oh, and then you have the Vietnamese players. I'm ignoring them because it's TBD, but I think it should be backed in ACCM. Let me just double check to make sure they actually signed up. Yeah, ACCM and backed. Oh, man. Like, these top 8 teams are fantastic, guys. Yeah, definitely tune in for that. I will be casting as much of this as I possibly can, as well as Silver League. I will be playing it and casting it. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Again, shout out to T90 and Nacho for sponsoring this. Nacho, in case you guys don't know, is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Spanish language streamer. And he actually hosted the first 2v2 World Cup. So this is kind of like a continuation of that, and then T90 coming in as well. So I hope you guys are excited for that. Should be a lot of fun. I love me some 2v2, so definitely check it out, and I will see you all in the tournament and stuff. Yeah.